Hi, this is my presentation on literacy in America. As an avid American and an avid reader, I, Alex Nelson, chose this topic to get the pulse of my country, learn how it's been reacting to this particular topic, what problems there are, if any, and what can be done to solve said problems, if any. My findings are enclosed in this PowerPoint, and I hope that by seeing it, you'll be somewhat more enlightened about what's going on. Now, first of all, studies show American literacy is decreasing. Articles from the Washington Post and Medium.com cite an ongoing adult literacy crisis in the nation. Both cite that from 2014 to 2018, 32 million American adults struggled with literacy, not being able to read on an 8th grade level, and that this can, and often does, result in unemployment and poverty. While both sources are Democratic and left-leaning politically, the points raised about the need for literacy in jobs and life are still valid and important to study. Now, I am aware that the latest of this data is about a year behind our current, but given that not much has changed in 4 years, I think it's apt to consider that this is the standard troubled literacy rate in the modern age. Okay, you might be asking, but how does this literacy decrease affect the future? That's the most important part of these articles, actually, for they suggest that children raised in such environments are likely to struggle with literacy themselves, impacting their prospects in school, work, and life. There are literacy building programs, and intervention through these can help with them getting on the right track and replenishing the skills they should have. But it's somewhat costly, and as a result, families in poverty due to illiteracy might not be willing to contribute to it. This sets the stage for a vicious cycle. The parents don't see much use for money in that, wanting to keep their homes clean and food on the table and so on. So money for literacy building programs is not invested for children who are struggling with literacy. As a result, these children grow up and become adults of their own, concerned with putting food on the table and keeping the house warm, and become less concerned with keeping literacy in their family, even if it's through, say, a literacy building program. Left unchecked, this will spiral out of control. There are community programs that should be considered, and it's important to admit that things have gotten a bit out of hand, and take the initiative to enter into these things. Now, various studies are important on this, and it's important to boost regular literacy. With that said, current literacy studies don't seem broad enough. The University of Texas offers up a counterpoint of whether the standard way of valuing literacy, such as through studies and so on, is truly more correct than other learning styles, such as audio-based, pictures, or touch. Now, other people thrive in these, so surely These should be counted alongside the standard study. All learning styles should be considered, not just the basic ones in standardized testing for studies and so on. Everyone deserves to be surveyed through their own manner and method. Now, admittedly, this source is Republican right-leaning, so that puts it in opposition to the Washington Post and Medium.com. But again, that's no reason to discredit it. In fact, it actually makes a good point. Not all students learn in an equal manner. While some people do thrive with standard reading and can actually recite passages well, it might be easier to get more out of audiobooks with books than just standard looking at book. Or maybe with models of what they're reading about, or by painting pictures of the scene. None of these should be considered lesser styles of learning. They're still valid, they're still supposed to be considered, and the most amazing thing is that if you combine the two, it might help literacy in standard and non-standard learning styles. My sister, for instance. My sister wasn't the best reader to start off with. She actually struggled quite a bit with getting the words down, understanding what was happening, and so on. In a standard study, she would be considered towards the bottom of the class. And yet, through help from audiobooks, she actually improved her literacy level, both with audiobooks and without audiobooks, in just reading the text. And with people with mental conditions as well as physical ones, such as being deaf or blind, it's important to be able to broaden your horizons beyond just what's available for grade school standard. In conclusion, while in opposition, both sides hold a good amount of the picture, and by coming together they can complete it, like yin and yang. Literacy should be improved in standard work, or through with literacy improvement centers and so on, but we should also consider new ways of literacy improvement through learning styles. Limiting how a problem is approached only limits how much effective the solutions to the problem can be. And it spreads how much more widespread the problem is, like a fungus, infecting basically more people than it should if it had just been contained to begin with. But by not only helping with regular literacy, but also making foundations through different learning styles for each student according to their needs, literacy improvement will be aided substantially, and we, as a nation, will become wiser and reach higher heights of education, allowing us to better seize opportunities available to us in work, life, school, and basically anywhere they pop up. Okay, now on to the quiz questions. First question. About how many American adults struggle with literacy according to studies on the topic? The answer is 32 million. At least according to studies in 2018. I'd advise that you look for more details after the test to get the full picture. Question 2. What are some other styles of learning, in addition to the standard one provided? In my case, I chose to focus on visual, audio, and touch. But there's more learning styles out there. And again, you shouldn't just stop your learning here. If you can broaden your horizons, you might find something that works better for you. Thanks for sticking around. I hope this presentation went well.